If you're in sales, you need to be doing at least one follow-up deal a day. I repeat, one follow-up deal a day. Some of you might think I'm crazy, but I've been doing sales for the last 20 years, teaching sales, consulting sales, sales books, sales planners, sales virtual training academies, consulting sales companies, and closed thousands of deals and over $1 billion in revenue. And I tell you, the same way I tell myself and my guys and girls, you should be doing one follow-up deal a day. You always have to have inventory as a salesperson. You come in and you have your new prospects, but you should always have inventory of your hot prospects that are converting daily. As a matter of fact, sometimes your warm prospects should be converting as well. And as a matter of fact, sometimes your cold prospects should also be converting. It should be a never-ending factory line that's always feeding your pipeline with your follow-ups. And today I'm going to show you exactly how you could do that using my hot, warm, and cold method. Let's say that you talk to somebody and you have a great conversation with somebody. And inside that conversation, you present all the benefits of your product or service. You get to know the prospect and you figure out why your product or service is important to them. But at the end, they don't bite. And you try to ARP them and acknowledge and respond and pivot and go around the objections and try to close them that same day. But you don't want to burn the bridge. And they say, look, I just need some time. I just need a day. Do not push me. And at that point, as a salesperson, you don't want to burn the bridge. So you're like, okay, let's set up a firm follow-up. I'll catch up with you later today or tomorrow morning. What time works for you? I'll send you an email with my proposal or a text or whatever it is, and you set up an appointment for a follow-up. This now goes to your hot list. And your hot list is one of the most important lists you have because this is the list that I'm talking about that should be feeding you every single day. So the first step before even getting into the follow-up, the first initial follow-up should be the email and the text after the conversation. So let's say I'm selling solar door to door and I talk to you and I'm like, hey, my name is Alex Sharafadine. I've been selling solar for 10 years. I've been around your neighborhood. I helped out some of your neighbors. I'm helping them save some money. How much you pay on your utility bill? How much would it help you if I was able to save you a couple $100s a month? What would you do with that couple $100s a month? What kind of things would you spend it on? I have a half an hour conversation with you. I give you a proposal that saves you $200-300 a month, maybe $3,000 a year. And then at the end, you tell me, I'm going to talk to my wife and think about it, or talk to my husband and think about it. At that point there, after I try to go around it and say, would your wife or husband not be happy with the savings? Your neighbors have it. Why wouldn't you want to have it? Then you tell me, do not push me. Come back tomorrow and we'll talk about this. Or call me tomorrow and we'll talk about this. I'll shake your hand and say, no worries. I'll send you an email and a text verifying you got that email to make sure everything is in black and white in front of you and you can show it to your spouse. When I leave, the very first thing I'm going to do before I take another call, before I go use the bathroom, before I get lunch, the first thing I'm going to do as soon as I finish that phone call or that interaction is I'm going to send you a nice email. I'm going to say, hey, Bob, great talking to you today. I'm so happy I got to know you and seeing your kids running around. And I'm so happy that hopefully I could, help you and your family save some money by getting you some solar. You told me why $300 was important to you. You told me that you would do things like go on extra dinners every single month. You told me that you take an extra vacation every single year. Well, I think this program is going to do exactly that for you. Here's the details of the program. Here's what I need to move forward. I'll be talking to you tomorrow. Send that email out. Then I text them, say, hey, Bob, just sent you a great email recapping everything we talked about. Please like this message and confirm that you got it. Bob likes the message. Now my day one job is done. I had a great interaction and a great follow-up email and text to get it started. You see, a lot of salespeople will have the great interaction and the great conversation, then they'll skip the email and the text that's a high level one, or they'll half-ass it and send something quick. And you're burning the bridge at the very end. You did all this work to build your house, and then you had one more brick left, and then you stop. You blew the house down. You want to take your time and craft a nice email and text to let them know, I listened to you. I got to know you. Here's the facts. Here's why it makes sense. Here's why I'm your guy. So you send that out. Beautiful. Now it's a hot follow-up. Now, when you talk about coming in every single day to convert hot follow-ups, when should you do that? Daily. Not every 3 days, not once a week, not I'm going to wait for him, not I don't want to be pushy. You're not pushy. As a matter of fact, you're only pushy if you don't believe that what you're selling actually makes sense for your client. Then you're being a pushy salesperson. But if what you're selling actually makes sense for somebody, it's not pushy at all. If I was a doctor and I know you need to get a surgery on your shoulder or else your shoulder's never going to be the same again, and like I'm calling you, I'm like, I don't want to be pushy and telling me he has to get surgery. Like, hell no, I'm the doctor, I'm the professional. You need to get this surgery. And I'm gonna call you and text you and email you and talk to your family about it because I know it's important to you. So do you know your product or service is that important to the prospect? So anyways, daily, you use the emotional goal. So I say, hey Bob, good morning. Happy Tuesday. I know last time we talked yesterday, you told me you were gonna talk to your wife Monica about it. Did you talk to her about the $300 savings, the possible vacation that you're gonna take at the end of the year, and the dinner dates that you're gonna take every single week? Question mark. That's the text. And the voicemail, hey Bob, miss you. Just wanted to see if you talked to Monica about the extra vacation we're gonna get you, the extra dinner you're gonna go on, and make sure she was on board with the savings. Call me back as soon as you get this. The email, I'll reply all on the email I sent yesterday, say, hey Bob, did you talk to Monica about this yet? And if he answers the phone, what is my script? Hey Bob, happy Tuesday, man. Hey, just wanted to touch base with you here. Did you talk to Monica and tell her that we're gonna go on some more dinners, extra vacation at the end of the year by getting you this solar? And that's how I start the conversation with them. Now let's say that they don't answer on day one. Nothing. Well, I would do it again in the afternoon. I'd send another text and I'd go 2 rounds that day and they still don't answer. What do you do on day 2? Same exact thing. Hey Bob, didn't hear from you yesterday. Did you talk to Monica yet about that program? No answer. Day 3. Hey Bob, it's been 2 days. Is everything all right? They still don't answer. Day 4. Hey Bob, now it's been 3 days. Are you just busy at work? Would the weekend work better for you? Let me know so I can help you out. They still don't answer. Then I go to day 6 on the weekend. Hey Bob, checking in on you on the weekend because I know you haven't answered me on the weekdays. I thought you'd be pretty busy. I want to make sure we could secure these savings to get you on more dinners, to get you on that vacation. I know this makes sense. Call me. They still don't answer. I'll go all the way to like day 10. And let's say they still don't answer. Then it goes to my warm follow-up. Now, a lot of people will take this hot follow-up that doesn't answer for 10 days and they'll toss it in the recycle bin. And that's where you're wrong because a lot of times hot turns into warm and warm turns into cold, but you could still convert the warm ones. Now, the warm ones after 10 days, I'm probably not going to be excessive every single day, twice a day, but I move them to a weekly. And this one here is more logic. We tried the emotional goal and getting to know them. They never answered me at all. Now I'm moving over to logic. So like 10 days they don't answer. Let's say 1 week later, I'm like, hey Bob, it's been a couple weeks since we talked. Look, we were saving you $300 a month on your bill. Your neighbors are taking advantage of it. Not sure where we went wrong. If you're still interested, let me know. Boom, that's a weekly email, text, voicemail to them. The next week after, hey Bob, here's another person in your neighborhood that I got solar panels for. Here's how they're liking it. Here's their photo. The next week I send something else. And let's say after like 5 weeks in my warm list, I still get no answer, then it goes to my cold list. And by the way, when you're doing this, like this is just one client, Bob, let's say there's 20 Bobs. Well, out of 20 Bobs, you're probably going to convert 10 of them the first week. So they're not even going to go to warm. And out of the 10 that go to the warm list, you'll probably convert 5 of them in those, 5 weeks in the warm category. And then the 5 that are left that go to the cold list, you'll probably convert 1 of them. So that's what I mean by every single day you have inventory coming in because you're keeping up with your hot, your warm, and your cold list by continuing to provide value and talk about your product or service. So what does a cold list look like? That's more like monthly. And I'm not really using logic or emotional goals anymore. Now I'm just being educational and providing value. Like this is a monthly email. Here's the benefits of having solar at your house. And I list all the benefits. And the next month, hey, here's the average client we're saving in your zip code right now on solar. And I list the monthly savings, yearly savings, 5-year savings. And the next month I send another email and a text and a voicemail maybe that says, hey, here's how your valuation could go up in your house if you ever want to sell your house while having solar. And I talk about that. And every single month it's an educational article or email or message about why this product or service makes sense for that person. And as you're doing that and you're building these lists, my cold list has thousands of people after a couple of years. My warm list has thousands of people after a couple of years. My hot list always has 25, 30 people in it every single day as I'm coming in. Now you're converting business from everywhere. One day I come in, I do 1 hot deal, 1 warm deal, 1 cold deal. One day I come in, I do 2 cold deals. One day I come in, I do 1 warm deal. One day I come in, I do 3 hot deals. But you'll always have deals coming in. One day I might come in and do 0 deals, but the next day I'll do 3. But there's always follow-ups that are running. Why? Because I made a system and a strategy for every single list. And by the way, I use solar as an example. I never sold solar in my life. I don't give a shit about solar. I wouldn't even buy solar for my house. I'm just giving you a random example, but this could work with anything that you're selling as long as you're using the emotional goal while they're hot, then using logic of why your product or service makes sense while they're warm, and then using educational or value add to having your products or service while they're cold, and you're staying consistent with the messaging. How do you stay consistent? Well, in my calendar every single day, I have attack the hot list every single day for 2 hours. In my calendar once a week, I have attack the warm list. And in my calendar once a month, attack the cold list. And these things pop up in my calendar and I execute on them. So tell me, in your category right now of sales, how could you leverage a hot, warm, and cold list in your business? And how are you leveraging it now? And how could you increase your follow-up business by using this strategy? My name's Alex Shrafferty, and I've been selling for decades. I did business-to-business sales. I did phone sales, mortgage sales, been an executive at big companies, been consulting big companies, been helping originators and salespeople across the country scale their business. Go to acezacademy.com, sign up. We have virtual sales training, virtual leadership training. We even have a mortgage masterclass. And all of these come with a playbook, planner, blueprint, and virtual training, along with weekly live calls where you could come out there, ask me questions, and get answers live. I guarantee you I'll increase your business. If not, like, subscribe, and share the channel with anybody you love. We're doing this for you. Go out there and get some follow-up business.